We're manufacturers and wholesalers to the sporting trophy industry. To that end, we supply the shops, who in turn supply the clubs. I thought I took every precaution. I was not going to have a fire, but I did.
Business interruption or consequential loss is loss of profits, and with a business very similar to this one here, when it is destroyed and has to be rebuilt, without business interruption, any major loss to a business would wipe them out completely.
We know the fire started because a light bulb burst. What we didn't know was on the same day, the water main, which fed my fire hose reels, would also burst. It took 6 minutes from when the neighbours first seen the smoke until the whole building was engulfed from one end to the other.
We heard about that fire on one of the local radio stations about 8 o'clock in the morning on the way to work. Our claims manager advised IUA by, 8:30, I suppose. They had an assessor appointed by just after 9 o'clock.
We had to get premises, we had to get stock, we had to get communications. That started immediately.
Interruption underwriting dealt particularly well with Kevin's claim.
Normally, by the time we work out the actual loss, it could take 2 or 3 months before they actually receive a payment. With the IUA policy, which is a weekly policy, it maintains their viability from day one and pay the loss of rent until such time as their building is being restored.
There came a time when I needed to go to China urgently to see suppliers.
One other thing they did was Kevin flew over to China to arrange with his suppliers immediately the restocking of all the warehouse goods that he'd lost.
By the end of March, we were actually trading.
From the time of the fire to the time Kevin was back in his new factory again was almost exactly 5 months.
The result is completely rebuilt business, replacement of all his stock, replacement of all his plant and machinery that was damaged. One
thing that really sets IUA apart is that wording that guarantees payment every 7 days.
As an independent loss adjuster, I really believe that IUA is the best policy because, firstly, there is no average clause. Secondly, there is no excess. And thirdly, there is no savings clause. That means that a business that is underinsured is not penalised by the IUA contract.
There's so many different flexible options in their product that allow you to work with that client's risk tolerance. Rating classification for their weekly sum insureds. They have seasonal variations that you can build into it. A lumped extensions option which is used for mitigating or reducing the effect of a loss.
The IUA policy for business interruption is the Rolls Royce of all insurance policies because they respond so promptly and the client is always happy with the result.
All the things I'd done to prepare for a fire didn't stop the fire, but the insurance, I'm telling you, did allow me to survive the fire.
They are by far the best underwriting organisation I deal with in the insurance industry. I'm much happier to sell the interruption underwriting business interruption product. I know it works for the client and it is my preference.